What a place. I mean, really, what a place. How lucky are we to be here, right now? And of all places, at least when we're able to drop the remote from the learning, this place, UC Santa Cruz. Now, on the slopes of Ben Loma Mountain and the southern Santa Cruz Mountains, this place on Earth has traveled the latitudes, been underwater several times, and has been witness to more ultimate frisbee and hacky sack games than anyone could care to count. In this video, we're going to look at one particular place in the southwestern corner of what is now the UC Santa Cruz campus. One of the names this patch of coastal prairie goes by is the Mima Meadow. Without giving an exhaustive history, we're going to skip through time to see how a single place can change over time and how it can mean different things to different peoples. Remember to get your anthro on and examine this critically through a theme you're exploring in your class about how location is culturally produced as both place and time. So here we go. This place over geologic time. I'll just let these images of our shifting continents speak for themselves. This place geomorphologically. See those little pimples? They're known as Mima Mounds, the namesake of the Mima Meadow. Named after similar landforms in the Mima Prairie of Washington State, these are found all over the world in certain grassland habitats, especially those underlain by impermeable clay pan soils. There are over 30 theories as to what causes these mounds, ranging from earthquakes to underwater vortices, to wind erosion, to glacial activity, to chemical dissolution. Two recent papers battle it out over whether it was the work of successive generations of gophers or vegetation spatial patterning where plants trap sediment and prevent erosion. My favorite theory has to do with aliens sucking up cows with tractor beams, with each mound representing the former location of a former cow. This place at the tail end of the last ice age, with continental glaciers scraping the northern latitudes, sea levels were lower, and Monterey Bay had a whole lot more land and a whole lot less water. And on that land, big things. Ground sloths, mastodons, short-faced bears, ancient bison, and herds of grazing mammals would have munched the Mima Mound veg. This place following the end of the Ice Age as people populate North America. I found this point on campus, brought up by a gopher. I put it right back under the soil. Generations of indigenous people used lands like the Mima Meadow for hunting, gathering food, medicine, and material plants, and habitation areas. The ancestors of the Amamutsan tribal band actively managed these lands and fulfilled their obligations to their creator to steward the world around them as their kin. Check out my interview with Chairman Valentin Lopez for an excellent summary of the past and present of the Amamutsan tribal band, including relearning efforts that the youth of the tribe are engaged in through their Native Stewardship Corps program and the work of the Amamutsan Land Trust to steward their unceded tribal territory. This place through Spanish colonization in the Mexican period, the forced removal of the ancestors of the Amamutsan, the cessation of burning, and the introduction of cattle and an abundance of non-native vegetation that now dominate many areas of California coastal grasslands. With American statehood came even more intensive land use, as seen with the clear-cutting and fires associated with the lime industry that dominated the forested areas of what's now campus from the mid-1800s through the early 1900s. This place as the site of a new University of California campus. With the first class matriculating in 1965, the original vision for the development of campus followed a classic mid-century suburban sprawl model, where all available land, including the Mima Meadow, would have been covered by infrastructure. This place 40 years into its existence as a UC campus. The 2005 Long Range Development Plan, or LRDP, expanded the campus natural reserve a non-permanently protected LRDP land use designation, first established in 1988 as an outdoor classroom and living laboratory. The Mima Meadow remains undeveloped, but not in the reserve. The LRDP designates all campus land areas with developed or undeveloped land use categories. The development of the Ranch View Terrace employee housing site in 2005 resulted in the creation of a Habitat Conservation Plan, or HCP. This agreement between the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service and UCSC resulted in permanent protection of around 13 acres in the southwestern corner of the Mima Meadow, the only permanently protected area on our 2,000-acre campus, and 60-year protection of around 12 acres near the hay barn. This HCP was established because the Ranch View Terrace housing development was built on potential habitat for the federally endangered Ohlone tiger beetle and federally threatened California red-legged frog. The HCP mandates that we manage the two habitat preserves for these species and monitor the results of our management. This beetle needs bare ground for all aspects of its life cycle, and in the absence of mastodon and other megafauna creating it, we rely on as mega of fauna as we can get. So yes, the cows are back on the Mima Meadow. This place as a study area for an experiment examining traditional ecological knowledge methods for tending geophytes such as soaproot, bringing together graduate student and faculty researchers in environmental studies with staff from the Arboretum and the Campus Natural Reserve, with results being reported to the Amundsen Tribal Band. This place has an unsanctioned bike trail that both maintains bare ground habitat for the Ohlone tiger beetle, but also sometimes results in crushed little buggers. This place has wildlife habitat, and as a place for students to find themselves and each other among the flowers. In this place, with the 2021 to 2040 draft LRDP finally added to the Campus Natural Reserve, where we are advocating for its permanent protection. So, this place, this location, culturally produced as place and as time, as place through time, but here and happening either way.